Great. All right. This is for a weekender house in Flinders for repeat clients. We'd actually done a house for them in Elwood about 10 years ago, and then another piece of work for them on the same house within maybe 5 years after that. And they are collectors of art, a cook and a QC. The budget for the project was 1.2 million, and that was a very tight budget with, they were not very interested in variations. So it meant that we had to keep things fairly lean. The project is shadow clad and plasterboard and just very simple residential materials. The site itself is located on the Frankston Flinders Road, which it's about, I'd say it's probably 2 or 3 kilometres north of Flinders. And if anyone knows that road, it's a road with a speed limit of 80 k's. So cars are zooming along there. It's quite undulating, and the site itself is sitting on a ridge, and then so it is viewed not only in elevation when you're looking straight at the building, but it's also viewed from above. So in this house, we really were interested in the roof as a 5th elevation of the building. Just showing where the road is. The site context. So apart from, so it's a little island site. There are houses around it, but none of them have really been developed. There's quite a large site here off to the west that it has a building permit for quite a sort of, I don't know, neo-Georgian mansion that isn't particularly sympathetic to anything around it. And we had these existing trees here that are protected. The views from the side, I mean, so to the left of the trees, there's a lovely view up through the valley, which is probably underestimated, I think, by most people who would go to the site. And then we have the view across to the water and Phillip Island across to the east, basically. The issue there with the road is that as you come up from Flinders, so you're coming along, you hit this corner and you actually see the roof of the building. And one of the things we really focused on was the siting, and also trying to get all the services off the roof and really turn the roof into something that was quite dramatic. Now, we didn't set out to make a butterfly roof as such. The plan is actually focusing around trying to get aspect out to the views to the water and the view up to the valley. And by using this ridge, that allowed us to simplify the roof and really create a bit of drama as you come down the road. And there it is hidden just as you're coming over the top of the crest. The plan is relatively simple and extremely functional because they are collectors and they have a very large art collection, and some of it is actually quite bold and quite poppy. They were very interested, they really had this aspiration of some amazing gallery space on the ground floor, and we did all sorts of crazy screens and whatnot for it, and unfortunately, or fortunately, they fell by the wayside because of the budget. But to compensate for that, we made the decision to actually paint the interior of the building black, which meant that everything else dropped back and the art could really sing. So we have the main entry is here. There's a large gallery space which shows off the art, but also has a window out to the garden beyond. We're stepping down here to 2 guest bedrooms, but also additional gallery space, and then the stair that takes you upstairs. One of the key things for this house was that we needed to accentuate the views, but we actually also needed to have a lot of wall space for their art. So it's a real juggle. Just a typical section to show how back of house functions are in the lower part of the building, and then it opens up to the views. Windows, we used Rylock windows, which are just a sort of a higher end but very domestic window suite. Once again, just really to keep costs down. And the garden was designed by Amanda Oliver. Just cement sheet outside. So the butterfly roof allowed us to get these very clean square views out to the view. And then once you go inside, it's just a burnished concrete floor downstairs, simple windows, and then black plasterboard with this incredible art collection. This is the main gallery as you come in. And then all the doors, I mean, a lot of the doors are just painted black, or we've used black laminate. So very, very lean. So just there, these are the doors that take you into that lower guest room, and they're designed as additional hanging space as well. The wall to the stair is tiled in a Japanese tile, and we've just selected that. So once again, we didn't detract from the black, but just because it's got this very fine ribbing on it, picks up the shadow and light coming from above. The stair is doing many things. I mean, it's getting light downstairs, but also is an additional gallery space. And this is the living room upstairs. And, you know, the house has been designed to be very robust, and we quite like the fact they've got their daggy couch in there, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, the house, it's our clients are big personalities, and the house can handle their art and their furniture, and they're really. So Virginia used to own a cafe. She's very interested in cooking. It was really important that the kitchen was incredibly functional, stainless steel benches, very, you know, very pragmatic. That's a little IKEA shelf, so, you know, expensive and not so expensive. One of the things we're able to do is that corner of this living room opens up. So the whole kitchen actually opens up to the deck. And so it becomes a real entertaining space for them. I think these photos sort of demonstrate how painting the inside of the building has been so effective. It's sort of accentuating the views and accentuating the art itself without having to do, you know, using expensive materials. And that's sort of the hero view out to the water. But I think the other pictures sort of demonstrate how all the views of the house have value.
1 minute remaining.
That's their bedroom. They wanted that to be green to do with some particular work. These are our clients. Probably suggest they might have a big personality, big hair, big personality, know a few architects. We're getting some advice from them, which was quite amusing. That's actually Virginia's photo. And I just want to finish with just a little video that just shows, this is always the danger, but just showing how it sits as you're coming along the road, because I think it is one of the successes of the project. Quite like the way it reveals itself and you get a hint of what's happening inside, and then you past it. And I think we actually recited the project quite late in the piece, because we went down there again and realized that it really needed to address that the cars driving along, and we did quite a lot of work quite late in the piece to get that working successfully. Thank you.